NW2 presents The Natural State of Mind, the Disc Golf Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Wyman. I'm here with my co-host, Chris Wolford. Two Chris's, one podcast. And, excuse me, I had a good weekend, so...
Smoker.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, still doing that. Working on the quitting thing. My insurance covers smoking cessation. But
Most of them
that's
do.
not what we're here to talk about.
We're not. This is not an insurance smoking cessation, whatever it is. I can't say it.
Cessation.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, we're here to talk.
Right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. No,
I was going to say that's not what we're here for. I thought that's what this. I signed up for that.
Yeah, that's the new direction we're going with the podcast. But no, we're here talking disc golf. We're here in Little Rock, Arkansas. It is 7:30 on August 20th of the year 2023, Sunday.
We're trying to be better about doing this on Sundays and at a certain times.
Yeah, Sunday or Monday. Trying to get to a more consistent day when we're doing that. But we got a lot to talk about this for this podcast. We had a lot of cool local stuff going on. Some stuff that you really, took hold of and were captaining was the little thing we had today with one of the other clubs. But we'll get into that.
You ask and I will serve you. I promise you.
Yeah, I've got lots of questions for you. I was there, but you've got all the ins and outs.
Right.
All the behind the scenes, how it went and all that. I think it'll be a cool thing for the future, so I can't wait till we can have more clubs involved in it.
Yeah, and again, it's a national topic. You just take out our local names and add in your clubs or whatever, how you want to do it. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, it's going to, there are other people around the country doing the same thing.
Right.
But we're talking about that. We're going to talk about some local tournaments going on, of course. We'd like to get into that. We're also going to bring up the new rule proposals. I think we've mentioned a little bit of it in the last podcast.
Like
but we
third
didn't really
episode in a row,
it.
we're talking to say that.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. But we can be forgetful at times. So, yeah.
Yes, I can.
But, man, we had D-Glow this weekend. We had the European Disc Golf Championship this weekend.
And those played where at?
European Disc Golf Championship was in Estonia this year. So, of course, home country of Kristen Tatar.
Kristen Tatar. Never heard of her.
Well, she's a really good player in the FPO division.
She is.
You will
she's
know her one day.
Yeah, I know. We were talking beforehand. I'm not sure if I looked at the Eastern European map or wherever. I'm assuming that's where Estonia is. I cannot find it on the map. No way. No how.
I don't think I could either, so don't feel bad. But then Bigelow, of course, was up at Toboggan, a well-known disc golf course used for, Worlds, used for AM Nationals, AM Worlds, all that. It's been used for everything.
When I watched the first hole, I remember immediately the course. So they did throw in some new rules and some new stuff like that, I saw, as well.
They did.
So that's nice. New tighter OB lines, I believe.
Yeah, let's just jump right into that real quick. Up into D-Glow.
Oh, we don't want to break down the FPO of the European Championships?
Okay, let's do that. Let's jump into...
I was just joking.
No, we can do that. We have more to say, really, about D-Glow. I unfortunately didn't watch
Fine, I was
it.
joking. I was being an ass because I was just like, nobody, even if we broke it down, I'm not sure nobody cares if we're talking about 7th place in the...
Well, we're gonna jump into that because something super important. Kristen Tatar is Estonian, and so she played over there this weekend. She wasn't at D-Glow. She'll be coming back for Worlds, which is at the end of the month. She took down the tournament in usual Kristen Tatar fashion, except for the last round. She did not play so well. If you look at her scorecard, it is very colorful. There's a triple bogey in there on hole 2. A couple of doubles, actually looks like 3 double bogeys. And
but she can afford to do that over there, right? I mean,
you're right. Yeah, she had 16-stroke lead, and she ended up winning by, 3. So she she used him up. Like
she was winning the last round with a 16-stroke lead and only won by 3.
She shot +8, and the second place finisher Silva Saarinen shot 5 down. Got to 8 down to the tournament. Yeah, and Kristen finished at 11 down. So she literally, was playing like she was trying to throw it away and was still able to come out on top.
I bet she did it just so it to help make the European girls look better. Does that make
You
sense?
know, maybe so. It was a really small field. They had 24 players. That's a really small FPO field.
Well,
But, the Europeans are not
is
nearly
it?
as,
I don't know. I don't know the Euro numbers. I would assume 24 is.
compared to here. Yeah.
What is it? What is it here?
Like usually 40 to 50, sometimes
Okay.
60. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But
It's definitely still a growing trend over there in the FPO division. Of course, the MPO over there in the countries, Norway, Finland, Sweden, they're all powerhouses now in the disc golf world. Definitely
They are.
flexing.
they're closing the gap. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd say so. So that's awesome. She took it down. The coolest thing I thought about it was if you watch the coverage, there's a huge stand for a hole one tee pad. It's actually a big amphitheater, and so they played off of that. That was their first hole tee pad. They were actually up on the amphitheater. They built a tee pad up there, and then when they're coming back, hole 18 is right up to that amphitheater. So they finish off with this huge seating area behind the basket. It was really cool. Like
That's pretty cool. That's a nice way to think about a course if you have that kind of luxury of having an amphitheater there.
Yeah, the Europeans really do it upright. It's much more of an accepted sport as far as the population compared to the U.S. Like they're really taking hold of it as far as an entire country. Whereas we're huge. We're a huge country, so we have. If it's not football, it's probably not getting the recognition.
Over in Europe, they back a lot of different sports, like F1 racers. They can't go anywhere. F1, they're kind of known, and like track and field guys. I mean, they're kind of well known over there. So,
No, you're right.
But
Like,
so disc golf doesn't surprise me. I just love the sport. It's a fun game. I don't see why. I don't know. Maybe because super ultra rich guys aren't playing it. I guess probably.
yeah, you're right. I mean, there are definitely some super ultra rich guys, but not enough. Apparently, not like
No.
pickleball. Hadn't taken off like pickleball.
Nobody's saying to their business associates, "Hey guys, let's cut out early on Friday and go play disc golf."
Hey, we're gonna forego the golf course. We're gonna go and
Right.
have our business meeting at a disc golf course this time. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of that going on.
Yeah, no, none of that's happening.
So the cool thing about this win for Kristen though was it was of course in her home country, and the Estonian president was the one that handed her the trophy. And
And that's a huge deal for your president to hand you a trophy.
it's
So-
very cool. So. Very cool. Loved seeing that. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of the coverage, but I've been kind of off and on watching it. I've been busy all weekend. Did catch some of the D-Glow, though, so when we get into that, we can jump into a little more. Over on the MPO side, we have my pick did not win. I of course, felt like Nicolas Antilla was going to be up there at the
He
top.
seems to be the guy over there. That's for sure.
Yeah. So Dennis Augustin,
Dude, I know that dude.
yeah, he lefty player, young guy. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, he actually won the tournament by 10 strokes, and this is a 1,006 rated player. He's out of Sweden. It's awesome.
1,006 rated. So an Bahina goes and wins the European Championships.
Yep. Very cool. And then you had notable names like Jesse Nieneman, Jona Heinonen. There's Niklas down there, Lori Leitinen, Mari Vilman. The people that you would expect to be up there winning, all down there. So
How many people do they have in their field?
let's see. They only 55 actually. So
So
it
it
might
sounds
have
like
been
a C tier for around here.
Yeah, maybe it was an invite only tournament. I need to look into that.
It possibly could have been.
Yeah, because there's several countries being represented.
I got an invite, but I didn't go. I want to play the two clubs one cup.
Yeah, that was a little more important, And
It was.
no,
It was.
they wouldn't pay for our flight to go over there and play. So
No, it would not. Between this and that podcast right there.
Probably a $1,400 flight.
God, I mean, imagine. But you get to sleep in some cool little like ISO cube or something like that, a little tube, and you don't age.
Yeah, for that few hours.
Yeah, yeah, because if you think about light speed, it's still like 80, uh, whatever, 80 years. Still takes a year of light speed to get there type deal. So planets are pretty far away. Could be
Yeah,
whatever the
So-
hell I was just talking.
somebody got it. But very cool. Of course, the course was very good looking. I think a lot of it was just set up for that tournament. And yeah, if you've got the time to watch the coverage, man, it's the Europeans, they do very well with their coverage. So
They do a great job of using the like farm landscaping and type stuff. Landscape, I should say.
this one
I
was
just feel like I just feel like every course I've seen is just from Bob Ross's head or something.
yeah. So yeah, and it was in a city park in Tallinn, Estonia. Very cool.
I'm gonna have to look up Estonia now. I'm not gonna do it in the podcast because I'll get caught up in some facts, and I don't want to go that route. But
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
might.
it's a cool place. I think are they red, white, and blue flag?
Let's see. Estonians are. I know exactly who to look at too. Where is he? There's Albert. It's a blue, darker blue, and white.
Blue, darker blue, and white. I don't know what that means. Because all these colors mean something, like red, black, and green. The Rasta colors.
Yeah. Now, like the Czechs, they have a red, white, and blue flag.
Freedom,
And-
baby. That's what red, white, and blue stands for. Freedom.
That's right. Yeah, but-
Freedom ain't free, my friend.
and if you don't like it, you can get out.
Estonia's blue, dark blue will take you. Ain't got no blood running in these colors.
That's right, man. Anything that doesn't have no red in it, man, that means it.
You ain't a fighter.
So
America.
cool stuff with European Disc Golf Championship. I didn't even realize that was going on this weekend until Thursday when it started its coverage.
Dude, you're the only guy I know that even talks about it. You keep me up
Probably.
on it. I don't really run in many circles where people are like, dude, did you see the? I see where it comes on DGN, and it kills some time at work early in the morning because that's nice.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the Diglo Discraft Great Lakes Open up at Toboggan.
D-Glow FPO.
Let's start with FPO because your pick won.
Oh man, Owen is on fire. I heard this stat on DGN that her last like 4 tournaments, her average finish is like 1.9 or something like that.
Wow.
I think
Damn.
I think that's what they said. Yeah, like she's just been killing it. Like and then at her age, 40s, whatever.
I think
I
she's
mean-
41. Yeah.
She won Masters for women. She's everything that I want to be in a disc golfer. To be able to shape shots the way she does with the disc, with that destroyer. I mean, dude, she just really slices that thing down to where it's almost this way and just somehow comes up out. If she puts enough spin, I guess, on it to make it come up out of it.
Yeah, the amount of angle that she uses on those forehands it's insane. And Owen is a great example of just having that consistency and then accuracy. She worm burners some quite a bit because of you throwing that angle and that much torque, but she's hitting her lines and she's staying consistent and she makes very few mistakes and she
And
wins.
she makes
Now-
putts, man. Makes some
putts.
putts.
Yeah, I hate her putt because of how wobbly it is, but it works for her, man. I was having a
She-
conversation with someone today.
I think she don't put her hands on her hip. I don't know what's up with the Captain Morgan putt, but whatever.
That's like the who else does that? It's
Cat does it.
Bino Makala is like he looks like a
He-
fencer,
dude, he
like
does.
he's about
Does.
to do a
Looks
fencing
like-
move.
It's like, yeah, yeah, it's very odd. Somebody told me that one time you should, because it centers your balance, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool for
Yeah.
you if that's what you think.
It's very looks very sophisticated. Like when Bino Makala does it. I'm like, wow, he's very proper, is what I think when I first saw him putt. But yeah, back to FPO. So you had Ella Hansen in second, And this is not a course that you would think would be Owen Scoggins taking the win.
It is a long course, right? Because it's toboggan sled lanes for the wintertime. So, I mean, it's a really cool concept. It's only up certain time of year. I saw it was the number 8 course on UDisc for whatever that's worth.
In the world?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's not open, so long.
It's literally
and
open, I think, 3 months of the year.
That first hole is about as pretty as it gets. Everybody throws that. Well, not everyone, but throwing that flick and just seeing it go at those pines or evergreens or whatever those trees are out there, and then just hooks back into it. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's a bucket list course for sure. So, man, she just played it so well. And then you had Ella in second place. Ella's been doing that all year. She's been up there. She's definitely due for a win.
Yeah, she is. She's top 5. I've seen my top 10 for sure every year, or every week. I mean.
Definitely. Cat Merch, my pick, took down third.
Job,
Quite a few
Cat.
back, but yeah, she played really well. Good for her. Missy Gannon.
Quite a few back from what? Third place or second place or all the above?
Quite a few back. Well, really not. She was actually about, let's see, that's 7 strokes back. That's not bad.
A second or first?
She was up first. Yeah.
That's not bad.
5 strokes back of second. So then you had, but she was 3 strokes clear of the tied for fourth players, which are Missy Gannon, and can you guess who the other one is?
You're Holland Hill.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so easy. Yeah, no. And listen, that's been y'all, that's been the top 5, 6 for a while now. It's rare that you're finding another name slip in there, right? I feel like we're talking the same rinse and repeat every week.
It is, yeah. I mean, we're seeing other players like, Madison played super well last weekend,
Yeah.
and Maria Oliva had a good weekend this weekend, but she's not consistently up there at the top.
And did the sisters play, Monahondo sisters?
They did. Valerie did not do so well. Another perfect example of after you have a win, that they're not doing what Paul Macbeth and Ricky Wysocki have done, where they can continuously win.
That is the key, right? And that's what Tatar's done. She constantly wins. I mean, it'd be one thing if she sporadically won, but man, it's week in, week out.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. It might have been you that said this. That Tatar was like, "I'll give these players some wins," like giving them the scraps.
Oh yeah. For the world points, because I was thinking she was sitting out. She had enough points, so she said she's still going to come back and be ahead in points, and that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's and I don't know if that gap's going to close. I hope it does. Week in, week out. Cat beat her, Simanda beat her, which I haven't seen her name in a while, but I don't know if she's actually traveling or touring. I don't know if
she was there for D-Glow. She was, let's see, she's down, not so good of a weekend. She shot plus 11 for the tournament, so she was shooting over par most rounds.
I feel like if you're heading to Worlds, that's kind of on your way out that way, right? Because they're just trekking that way, aren't they?
Right now, they're just heading. Yeah, the next stop is Worlds, so they're all on their way to Vermont right now. Which wow, what a place to be this time of year.
We could have went. We didn't. Still can.
Yeah, still could. Yeah, but yeah, dude, it's.
I was just thinking about. Sorry.
No, it's
I
all right.
was thinking about Jay and Silent Bob, the movie where they're hitchhiking and making with the head. What if?
Yeah.
I think we could hitchhike our way to.
You're doing it all wrong. You got off ahead to them.
George Carlin's super funny. I mean, very underappreciated. If you young bucks have never, he really is. He told it like it is in comedy. He was using comedy. Anyway,
I had one of those experiences this weekend actually. Just to go off on a short tangent, I went and saw Beck on Friday, and
in Phoenix, by the way.
In Phoenix, yeah, and there was Sir Chloe was there as well, and Ways of Blood, both newer bands.
Yeah,
they were really good. Great, really mixed genre of music. I liked it. It was a great set the tone for what was an amazing show. But Beck that's like our generation of music.
Where's that
So it was cool to see the majority of the crowd was my age or in their 40s,
Man, I
and
should have went, dude. That's like got to be like some really good looking ladies be there.
there were, yeah, but there were a few kids there too. Actually, parents bringing their kids since it was very family friendly at the amphitheater, but it was it was one of those moments like at my age now, 39, where I'm like, wow, yeah, I shouldn't expect there to be a ton of younger kids. There's a lot of kids that don't know who Beck is.
No, they have no idea, dude, and it really comes from your parents. My daughter, my oldest daughter, knows a lot of music that I listen to. My youngest, not so much, but I was proud one day she got on a bar trivia thing. They put up the cover of "Wish You Were Here." She got that right.
Oh, nice.
Because I love that song. I just think it's an amazing song. I was very impressed with her when she did that. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, that's good for the tangent. So we're back into D-Glow. You got
Oh
anything
yeah.
else you want to say?
Parents, bring your kids on to you some music because that's what I was getting at. It gets lost, right?
Actually, good point. Yeah, I agree.
Your dad's around my dad's age. Did you guys listen to like what did you listen to? What did y'all listen to?
I grew up listening to the Moody Blues, the Rolling Stones,
Okay.
the Beatles. Those usual. Big Elvis fan, and
My parents were huge
the
Elvis
Doors.
fans.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. 60s and 70s, man, 50s too. But even some lighter stuff. So from back then, not necessarily the rock and roll.
We listened to a lot of Motown. Loved a lot of Temptations, Four Tops, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
really enjoyed that music.
Yeah, my dad was a big Beach Boys fan at one time. I remember listening to that as a kid all the time.
Dude, I mean, what a crazy air. Ricky and Nat and all that kind of Beach Boy, just crazy if you're from California. Such like a foreign world.
Yeah. That was I grew up with a good eclectic taste in music,
It
and
sounds like it. And and that's good.
yeah, there's very little that I don't like. I don't like pop country, so it's like that's not. I don't know what this is.
Luke Bryan's, when you say pop country, it's the first thing that comes to my mind. But
Yeah, Jason
anyway.
Aldean can suck it. I don't like him at
yeah,
all.
I suck it, but these were the best concerts I ever heard because they were, anyways.
Yeah, try that in a small town.
Yeah, right. Oh, I never listened. I'm not going to get into it, but I never even listened to that song. I have no idea what it's about, but I know it's blown out of proportion. It's got to be.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. I have not listened to it either because
I
I
have
don't
no
wanna get
idea.
caught up in that bullshit.
I got better things to wrap my mind around than that nonsense. But yeah, he was the guy though that the Las Vegas shooting.
Oh
he-
yeah,
he
he's the
was the
one.
one that was
Yeah,
playing.
he's the one that went running.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean, he's not going to sit there and fight off bullets with his guitar.
Well, no. But some people run and help wounded people, and some
Oh,
people.
I run. I'm
It's
stepping
fight
over
or
you.
flight, right?
I'm
Fight or
stepping
flight.
over you, dude.
No, you're stepping on somebody.
Yeah, no, I may fall. But his security was pretty tight for that because of that. For that when he was at the arena, this is the most security.
bet.
Yeah, and I didn't get why, but just it wasn't to kill him. I didn't think, but
I bet he probably did. Oh man, they were there for me. He probably
he signed a paper
himself.
plate, dude. Get off of him, all right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we talked about the FPO and we're talking about D-Glow, and now we're into the MPO. Are we good with Owen just being 40
think we're
something, y'all, and winning? I
I
mean,
think we're good
you can
with
do it.
owning all of these younger ladies at the age of 41. That's pretty dope.
You know, guys like Jamie Callis, even Lily, they can go into tournaments, MPO local tournaments, and compete with the MPO players. I mean, I'm not saying because that's kind of what I related to. I mean, man, she's 990 something, I think, rated now. So and she was 989. Owen is, man. She's just
She's way up there. Yeah.
yeah, man. And she's yeah, and I love her. I love you, Owen. And like
Yeah,
a whatever.
Like your favorite FPO player.
Yeah.
Jumping into MPO, Simon Lizotte takes it down. If you don't like that we're saying this, then whatever.
I thought of something
Weird.
funny today. Simon Lathought.
Lathought. Okay.
Thought if you get it. He was giving away a big stack of discs right at the beginning of the round. He come out with a big stack. I mean, it had to be 10 plus discs. I think they were Hexels or whatever they're
Yeah.
called. and
Nice.
just give him away, dude. That's pretty sweet of him. I like him more and more, but
Dude, yeah, me too. He's a great player, but he seems like a really genuine, nice guy. So,
he's a Yankee still. So
yeah, going into this final round, the matchup was Eagle and Simon. They were both 20 down going into the final round.
did they say that was the first time they've started the final
Yeah.
round on the same card together? That's kind of crazy.
I couldn't believe that. It's like, that can't be true, but apparently it is. It's probably on Statmando. I haven't been looking at it. But yeah, Simon was actually one of my picks for the skip ace, and I had him at like third, and he comes in, takes it. My
Let's
boy
look at
Cole
250
Dallas up there.
points. I mean, yeah. So, who's second was?
Second was Eagle.
Oh, that's
Eagle
right.
took second, and Eagle played super well. His forehand is looking so much better. And
How
it's,
many strokes did he lose by?
3 strokes. So Simon shot 10 down today, and Eagle shot 7.
He gave up 2 strokes right at the first hole. Went out of
Yeah, he
bounds on
did.
that putt, man. And
did.
Simon got that birdie and got that bogey, and I was just like, okay, that's going to be a big deal.
He got the bogey on 1. He got a bogey on 16. Simon played a clean round. 10 birdies, man. Just played clean.
I think they're that good on any of these courses if they just don't try to press. Just all he had to play like some old man golf, right? Just and get the birdies where you can get them, and just
Absolutely.
make the shots you have to. Don't go OB. I don't think he went OB too much. So
No, he didn't. He did go OB on purpose. He had a very strategic, like, chess move. On hole 16, he literally hyzered it out of bounds so it would give him an easy par. Like, went OB up by the basket so that he had an easy par putt.
that's I'm gonna have to watch that because it's like
Yeah, we're tied for third. We have Chris Dickerson, who has been playing well recently. He's not had the best year this year, but he's been playing well recently, the past like 2 or 3 tournaments. My boy Cole Dallin up there and tied for third place as well. I love Cole. He's such a good player. Definitely my style of throwing. He's a hyzer flip player. Plays so well. So I just absolutely love watching him play. Calvin stays in the top 5. He ties for 5th with Kevin Jones, and that's I don't think Calvin has been out of the top 5 much at all this year. Maybe once or twice. So I need to look those stats up. Definitely Statmando is on there. You can check out Statmando. It's going to have all these nice little interesting facts and statistics. So the course looked great. They changed the course up some. They added some OB. They changed some holes. It definitely seems like it made it play more technical, and it's a shot shapers course as well. Even on the parts that are open, you're having to land in certain areas, and that might require you to throw a backhand flex or a turnover. So the course seemed to play super well, and the conditions were very much in the players' favor. They were very good conditions. The weather, as far as temperature, was nice. Not just gusting, horrible wind. It just really seemed like everybody was doing well because of the weather and the lack of bad weather. So very cool to see. I loved watching it. I was glad to see Kevin Jones up there getting top 5. He's not had the best year either. Some other notables that were a little lower. Ricky, of course, that he usually does great on. He gets 8th place. Barella started off super well at the beginning of the tournament, but he ends up in 9th. You got Jake Hebenheimer up there in 10th place and Gannon Burr in 10th place. So that's your top 10. So D-Glow. Oh, looks like Wolford's internet went down. That is why we are now just flying solo. So I'll keep going for a little bit. So that is definitely a course that I would love to get up to and play, the Toboggan. It seems like a really fun course. Of course, given the time of year, and I'm here in Arkansas, where right now it is literally 8 o'clock at night, and it's 100 plus outside. The heat index is actually like at 105 right now, and the humidity levels are horrible. So there's not a whole lot of disc golfing that happens for me this time of year because I work outside for a living. I do urban agriculture where I'm actually teaching about nutrition, how to grow your own food to K through 8th grade students, and then also based off of their science curriculum, so plant biology, maybe bee anatomy, things like that. So I'm outside all day, every day, and when it's 105 plus heat index, I mean, even when it's just in the high 90s, I get pretty worn out pretty quick. And if I'm not hydrating correctly, then I deal with a little bit of sun poisoning or heat exhaustion, slight heat exhaustion. And the last thing that I'm going to do is go out and play a round of disc golf afterwards. That would just not be smart. I've done it before, definitely paid for it. So I'm really looking forward to some fall weather. Right now, the weather up there is basically what our beginning of our fall feels like here. When we start to get into the high 80s, maybe. It's not really until November that our weather transitions to a much cooler fall. And then really we don't seem to have, the harsh winter until January. So, I know we're going to lose a little time in the day when it gets to that as we fall back, but I am excited to just have the cooler weather. So it's not bad it's great to have, longer days, but when it's so hot that it doesn't matter if the days are longer, then it's kind of a bummer. But up there at the toboggan, wow, great weather. Looked great. I'm excited to watch Vermont as well, going to Worlds. That's going to be a blast. Like Wolford was saying, we had the chance to go. We did not, as a long drive for one, but and that plane ticket is super expensive. So it was one of the two. Either way, it was going to be an expensive go. So we ultimately opted out, but maybe we can get something together again. I'm not sure. Well, Worlds next year is actually going to be in North Carolina, I believe, at Paul Macbeth's New London course. That would be much more doable. And I've never been to North Carolina, so that would be a whole lot of fun to go to that. And that time of year, North Carolina probably feels pretty good. These places don't have our humidity levels that we have here in Arkansas. That's what the killer is. So air quality gets poor, feels like it's hard to breathe. Boo. Makes me wonder why I still live here. But, because Arkansas is also such a hateful state. So it's definitely made me think about moving out of here. But the disc golf is good, and I'm in a nice little, I'd say, oasis in the middle of a hateful sea of red. So here in Little Rock, Arkansas, in the capital city, we're definitely a little more on the liberal side. Same with up in Northwest Arkansas. It's much more like Austin up there. So I stick around for now. But we'll see what happens in the future. I'm definitely not tied down to the area. Looks like Wolford's back on. So yeah, cool, good. All right, little technical difficulty there. Internet went out on Wolford's end. It happens.
This has happened to me a lot over here. Freaking sticks.
The digital world is not flawless. So.
It's not, but if they're next to each other, it could be.
Yeah. So, I was talking about after this tournament here at D-Glow, now we have Worlds coming up at the end of the month, and we had talked about you and I going up there way earlier this year because I've got family in Vermont and up in New England, and we could have possibly had a place to stay in Stowe, which is not far from Smuggler's Notch.
We could have stowed up in Stowe.
We ultimately decided not to because, first of all, it would be an expensive trip. But next year in North Carolina is where the tournament area, it might be northern South Carolina or it's in the state of North Carolina. But Paul Macbeth's course, New London, is where Worlds will be next year, and on another course too. But New London will be getting used, which I'm excited about because it's a course that we haven't really seen on any coverage yet because it's very new.
I think the one I saw was in Virginia that he did.
Maybe it's Virginia. Yeah, it's over in that area.
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now.
Cool.
But anyways, I know that's a little more feasible. As much as I wanted to go up there, like you said, you had family. I have a friend that lives up, but that's a track, man. That's not just like a few hours up the road. That's a full day's worth of driving.
A full day, man. If we decide to drive straight through, that's so that would have been rough.
Okay, so I typed in New London disc golf course. This is what came up. London Disc Golf Course, London, Arkansas.
Oh, we got one? Nice.
It's in Forest, Virginia, I think is what's it?
Okay.
New London Tech Disc Golf Course. Yeah, such a gorgeous course designed by Master himself, Paul.
The master.
There
Let's
you go.
go.
There
Man.
you go.
So,
Yeah,
be
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Virginia is pretty cool. We can go check out the CIA, go hang out with them, see what's going on.
dope.
I'm sure they'll just let us in and say, "What's up, man? We're here for the disc golf tournament. Thought we come by, swing, throw you some heads up. What's going on?"
Now you work for the CIA.
Yay! I'm a spook. Yay!
Yay, I'm so happy that I'm working for
I
you.
cause chaos wherever I go, and I like it. It's awful, y'all. It's awful.
But yeah, like you said, much more feasible next year. Maybe we'll go. Maybe the podcast will be so big we have to go. So, who knows? Any more takes on D-Glow? I was just mentioning.
Calvin trashed it up again at the end. Sorry, Calvin. I love you, bro, but you're gonna have to figure out how to close. I know
He
it's
did,
the end.
man. Yeah,
It's
3
the end of the
bogeys.
year. You're right there again. I'm gonna give it up to Jake Niebenheimer. Jake, they were saying finished maybe top 10, and
He
he
was top 10. Yep.
had a huge final round, so 12 or something down maybe.
11 down. Yeah.
So
Great round. He had the hot round of the final round.
well, that would be a cool payout if they had like payouts for hot round.
Yeah,
Like-
you get a bonuses
Yeah,
for.
I mean, I don't see why there's not a damn hot round fee.
You know, he probably gets a bonus from Latitude for definitely for being top 10. I'm sure.
We need to mark this tape because somebody's going to steal that idea. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's what tournament was it where people were going to tell us how to, they had a few different pots, like a few different dollar pots you could put into. It was just not always an ace pot.
Oh yeah,
Bogey
yeah.
free one or the most birdies or something like that.
Eagle or even hitting metal. You know, instead of
Yeah.
you can have an ace pot and then hitting metal pot or something.
Yeah, for all you young bucks, there's a dirty dollar fee out there.
Yeah,
If
everybody does
somebody
$30.
hits the metal, if somebody hits the metal and on a drive, you should give them $1.
Yeah. Speaking of aces, actually, before our matchup today, I aced hole 1.
Somebody said that whole
Yeah.
one at East.
Yep, hole 1 ace just right in the basket. Man,
It's
it was,
such a shot too, dude. It's just what'd you ace it with?
what?
What'd you ace it with?
I actually I was just warming up, so I was really kind of throwing over the basket, but then I pulled out a really nice beat-in Crave, MVP Crave, and I just threw it on Heiser Flip.
Is
flexed
that
it right in there.
one? That's not that one with the PDGA stamp on it.
Yeah, it's the PDGA stamped one. So,
Nice. You almost ace 17 at Burnt tracks with that too, didn't you?
yep.
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 So sweet. That's awesome. I heard that before, but that's what a 301 foot shot.
Yeah, it's
310, something like
yeah,
that.
about 310, something like that.
Because I think it's like 260 to the water's edge, just right in my landing zone. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good shot, dude. Like I was pumped about it, but also like, well, no, I'm probably gonna play like shit now. But then I put myself in that mindset. You know, there's something to be said about that. So
Yes, there is, people. Yes, there is. If you
Yeah.
say that because you hit an ace and I always like to say, like, I go out and I'll putt a couple times, and if I hit them, I'm like, I'm ready, because I don't want to throw them all away. You don't throw them away. That's not real. I don't think that's as real as you saying nice when somebody throws and hits a tree. Like it wasn't up until that point.
right.
But it isn't the best mindset. Now I'm gonna go get smoked, and you drew the hardest guy. So
No, yeah, it's not. It's like when you're prepping to go on to go eat some mushrooms or eat any hallucinogenic. You know, you want to be in the right mindset, right, before you do it.
man, it is such a key thing. That's why it's hard to do it with a significant other, because everyone I've ever done, or people, just make sure you're in a great mindset, because there's no coming out of it. You're gonna be settled on in for a few hours there in that kind of not trap you want to be in.
Yep, exactly. So before we get it too far into that tangent,
I was like, for all you youngsters out there, just be prepared.
yeah. So Kevin Jones, our Arkansas native, Kevin Jones.
They still say whatever the hell it is, Greenwood or
I still
Glenwood.
say California for Paul Macbeth too.
So yeah,
But yes, he is now transplanted to North Carolina, where a lot of players go. But top five for Kevin. He played really well this weekend, so I was happy to see
is
that.
that his second top five? I feel like I heard his name last week too.
Yeah, it was. I was saying while you were frozen up that has not been a great year for him. Same with Chris Dickerson, but both players top five the past couple of tournaments.
C Dick's looking good. He
Yeah.
was the guy that you put up there with the other ones as being one of the top guys, and he kind of fell off. And James Conrad. It just shows, week in, week out, how well you got to play. And there's always somebody new, somebody big, coming out. The Cole Redlands now are taking the, like the JC's place or the, who were we just talking about? Oh, Kevin Jones's in that
Yeah.
kind of top 5 area, top 10. So.
Yeah, man, Cole is rolling, dude. I love that guy. He's I love his play. He's got so much power. The way he throws, hyzer flip style. I just love his style of play, and I love that pound bag. That particular pound bag is a perfect size for me as far as my small frame. Also, as many discs as I want to carry in a bag. Don't need any more than what it can carry. It's a $350 bag though, but it is a pound bag. So I'm debating on it.
There's no debate. Just do it.
Yeah, I should just do it.
I mean, I did it with the Calvin bag. I'm still not regretting it. So I'm playing just about like Calvin, do really well, and then just
Yeah, I know. All of a sudden,
Wow.
you just like really started killing it, but then towards the end, you can't finish.
story of my life. That's all my girlfriends.
Whole nother tangent, because I could jump into that as well. One person that played today on lead card or no chase card that you have not seen all year basically is Austin Hannum. So
I did watch. That's about the only card I watched. It was right there at the beginning, and then it left. Well, I watched it all, I guess, most of it. But yeah, good for him. I saw Katrina there cheering him on.
Yeah.
Or Cole, I can't remember.
oh wait, was she with Cole or was she with her husband?
Man, I hate to even be like that, but I'm just sorry that's out there. And yes, people can be friends. Yeah, no, man. If he's a straight kid and he's 18, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, we know where the mind is.
I mean, we're all dudes, right? We know where the mind's at. If your mind's not there, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's just the way it is. And but they're Katrina. Austin's a interesting character. I think I'm like friends or whatever. You follow him on Facebook or whatever. So
Well, you guys are friends on the book.
did he? Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I can't get Calvin to accept my friendship.
Oh man. Well, then y'all are definitely not friends. So
I really thought we were. We took a picture one time together. I mean, he acted like it.
yeah, it's like, hey, what's up, Wolf? Want to go smoke some weed?
Yeah. It was that Luke. I love you, Luke. Did Luke play this week? Yeah, he did, 'cause I always put him on my skip ace team.
Yeah, I believe he did. I'm trying. Yeah, there he is.
Give me a
Tied for
30.
48.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't have a great
how
tournament.
many people are in this field for, let's compare it to the Euros?
So real quick about Luke though, when he won Am Worlds or it was Am Nationals or whichever big Am thing, and he won it at like age 32 or something. He won that at Toboggan. So, yeah, he's very familiar with the course. But the course this year too, there were a lot of changes. They
A lot of changes.
changed some holes up. They tightened the OB and they added a lot more OB. It looked like a much more fun, challenging course from what I saw. So,
It is when you make the landing zones close, because where Calvin went out like on 14 or something like that, he went right. The only place they added was some new OB was on the right, and you couldn't go wide, and he did. And when you kind of make it close, when you kind of what do you want to call it, kind of narrow up the fairway with OB to open up into the circle one, you know what I mean? Because
bottleneck it.
yeah, bottle. Thank you. And I like that. I have no problem with that. I think you can, bottleneck one side and make the other side kind of oblong and whatever, and do a little shape out there. I don't mind a lot of unnatural OB, because in order to get natural OB, you really got to plant or tear up a lot of stuff. Probably
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, you can do some damage to a course if you're trying to deal with more natural OB. It's well, the oh crap, I just lost my thought. Damn it.
Natural
Oh,
OB.
yeah. So on 18, like you were using that as an example, it had the bottleneck up to the opened up green, and it was very bottlenecked for your approach. And the approach was a pretty long approach too. It was a really cool par four because you're playing uphill to like the old 18, and then you had your approach shot was probably still another 300 feet, either a turnover backhand or a forehand for the righty player. And it, yeah, like very narrow fairway leading up to in the landing zone if you're not hitting the actual green. So it was a technical placement shot.
It's in ball golf. They do it, but obviously they don't have trees lining the fairways like we do. So they just make it by making the rough 3 inches of grass and very thick grass.
Right.
It's still a stroke, right? What we do in disc golf is we just kind of, if you get off over there, you should get that. You shouldn't have a chance to get out of the woods and with some angled shot because you see this like 3 openings that you can maybe get to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it off fairway, and you should be punished for it, not given anything for it.
I agree. And that's definitely what the changes were. That's why the course was modified, in this way because they didn't want to not punish bad shots. Tighten up the OB. You don't want people throwing it way the hell over left or right, where an OB line is, a couple hundred feet to the left or the right.
Make them throw world-class shots if you want to be world-class.
Right.
I mean, make it too hard and then dial that back, right?
Right. So I think that the Pro Tour has done a really good job on the course design and the modification of these existing courses to make them more difficult to match the level of the field because the field is just increasing in talent. So
yeah, man. These guys are putting disc in small spots, and most of them are. And first round you do it great. Second round you do it great because then you're feeling good about yourself. Got to make it through those first couple rounds, especially where they play 4. Was it 4 or 3?
It was 4, so it's an elite.
Right. You're elite.
Yeah, elite.
I'm elite.
And then we got a major coming up, and then another elite. I think that MVP might be elite plus, so it should be a 4-round tournament as well. And of course, Worlds is what, 5? Or are they just going to do 4? I don't know.
Man, I don't know, dude. It's such a beautiful course up there, Smuggler's Notch.
Yeah, and they'll be playing 2 courses. Is that's Fox Run, right? Fox Run.
I think that's what the other one is.
Yeah. Yeah, so I definitely need to try to schedule a trip up there to see some family and take advantage of being able to do that by enjoying Stowe, Vermont, and Smuggler's Notch area.
Yeah, where I live in Pennsylvania, I looked it up. There's not very many disc golf courses. So I was just like, why in the hell do I want to go there?
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah, where I was born at, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they do well, it's not this year. There used to be the Flying Disc Open used to be in Pennsylvania. They played a really cool course there.
Pittsburgh, right? I think they always had that.
Yeah, I think it was Pittsburgh.
Which is south of where I'm from, but
it's like called Iron something disc golf course.
Dude, everything out there is iron. I mean, it's crazy.
Out about iron up there.
It was all about the steel mills back then. Iron City Beer. That's what my granddad worked for. Iron City Steel.
Right on. So they were definitely on like Purdue's radar when they released OxyContin. That's a whole nother horrible tangent we won't get into. Okay. So anything else you want to cover on the national side as far as the Great Lakes Open?
No, that's good. Great Lakes Open. Good job.
Yeah,
Always a good job.
I'm super pumped. Simon is just killing it, man. It's great to see him continue to win. So
it's needed for the game. Paul's not there, obviously, this year, injured. I'm not sure Ricky even played in the tournament because of his probably injuries, I'm going to guess.
No, he played. He was he got 8th place.
God, that's like 20th in women's for Ricky Wasaki, 8th place.
Oh, yeah, and you mentioned the comparison of players. So this was actually, there's only 73 MPO players. That's interesting. You would imagine that would be over 100.
It's only 18 more. I don't know what the prereqs are for it, so it may have been different prereqs, 1,000 rated, blah blah blah.
Yeah, if it was Elite Plus, it might have been 1,000 rated. So they may have had the cutoff at 75, and a couple players dropped last minute. But the FPO 34. So
Man, not much more.
few
Okay,
more
so
than-
the 29 or 9 more, so they had 25, so 34.
yeah,
That's not bad, man. I mean,
that's pretty average.
listen, that's where we're at. I mean, because you get what, like 1 or 2 per event. I mean, speaking of events, how many did Eli? How many did the 100 and?
Yeah, let's get into that. So, what we're going to jump into some local now. Our buddy Eli Webb, who's been on the podcast, who is a tournament director and does a lot of traveling. It's basically a part-time job for him.
I think it's his job. I
More
think
of a full-time now?
more full time, and his other the other job is
It's part-time now, huh?
yeah.
Let's see. So he's doing this really cool
What was it called?
Flex Start series. It was called, oh crap.
Because that's the hard
Flex
thing
at the-
about flex at the fork. Right.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing
It's
about
like
some of this stuff.
Yeah, look up somebody that played it, and you can click right into it. But yeah,
Oh,
this is a little
smart.
course we have that's north of Little Rock. It's in a town called Conway. It's a big college town. They don't have a lot of courses there. This is one of the only ones, actually. I think it might be the only one in that actual city
I
limits.
still keep saying UCA has one. Nobody believes me.
Do they not?
They do. That's what I'm just saying.
No.
They do have one. Nobody ever talks about it or wants to play it. They got this course. They have
Oh, wait, they do have the church course up there.
the church core.
Yeah.
I've seen some pictures, or when I did the picture thing on the Facebook page, 501 Facebook page.
I heard it's fun.
I heard it's a nice wooded course. It's a good time, fun time.
So it's-
I mean,
Yeah, and Beaver Fork's a really nice disc golf course. It's on the shorter side, but they do have long tee or long pin position options. And
3,500 feet.
so yeah, that's pretty, average for your like beginner style course. But you can have a 4,500-foot course that's a killer like Rez was.
Well,
And-
also, I'm not sure where the positions were, so there may be some better. There may be a longer if they're on the longs or whatever. But
Yeah, I know
Just
that
tournament.
Abe's event average, so which is just one tournament. And by the way, these will be what D tiers are next year, so we'll get into that later. But Abe's 11 under for the 1 round tournament was 1,007. So he played above his rating for his tournament average, which is great. A lot
so
of players.
how do you
shooting
feel
really well
about
out
that?
there.
How do you feel about that?
About what?
About that rating and that score?
For that course, I don't play Beaver Fork enough. I would imagine that some of those pin positions were in some longer positions. Plus, it all depends on the algorithm on who they used as propagators for determining rating.
Michael Westerman -10.
Yeah.
Jared
And so-
Ashenbrenner, another BB guy, another Cersei BB guy, shot -10.
I noticed that a lot of players that are kind of in the high 800s, the 890s, stuff like that, were shooting nice out there, shooting well. So people got good ratings out of it. So I think Abe deserved that 1,007. If anything, it might have been too low. So maybe he needed 1,020, 1,015. But the real point we're bringing this up is, and it really kind of explains what people want this time of year in Arkansas as far as
They
a
want the
disc golf program.
manja.
They want the manja, but they wanted the one tournament, the one around
The
tournament.
flex start, the flexi.
And so, 115 actually is what the end number was
115
for a
and
flex start.
for
Okay.
flex start. The gentleman's from Empire Disc ran one like a month ago and got 60 something, which is a great turnout. Maybe more than that. I know they won the triple digits, but people love the fork. It's kind of centralized in Arkansas.
I'm gonna let
Where,
you keep talking about it while I jump off.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's centralized in Arkansas, and so it's a fun course, like Chris Wine was saying. It's very scoreable. I had my best round out there to date, and I was just on one, and everything's reachable. Just got to make good shots. You make a good shot, make a putt, you're gonna get it. So, I was looking at the number of women. The number of women were 2. So that's for out of 115, 2 of them were women. We had some mixed juniors. No kid. Weston Roshop +8. That's pretty good. +8 got you a 753. And that's the other part about that course. I'm not saying you're going to go out and shoot a +8, but you can go out and maybe shoot even. -1. If you're above 900, that's not going to cut it. I think like a 904 or something like that was like a -4, -5. Let's see. Gideon Drake, he was in the match play finals. He shot -6. Let's see what Gideon got. Gideon got 940. -6. I think I shot -7 or -8 and got a 970. So let's see, -8 for Jason Newman, 967. So that's about right. Then that's what you got to go out there and shoot.
You talking about the ratings?
Yeah, I'm just going down through here and kind of looking because Gideon got a -6 and they got him at 940. Some little kid shot a +8 and got him at a 750 something, I think. Let's see, Eli Webb, the man, the myth, the lady, shot -3. -3 got you 900. I think that's fair.
-3 got you 900.
I think that's actually kind of generous.
That's probably right. Like that course is not the most challenging. So
But I think that's kind of generous. I think it's a lot like Glendale where you better shoot -6 if you want to be up there. But whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's generous or not. That's what he got, and I don't really understand it all anyway. So
I was thinking to match my rating or better, like -6 or 7 would be what I needed to shoot on that. Of course,
So-
I didn't play it, so
Justin Brown, downtown Justin Brown, won yours.
downtown Justin Brown. I don't
Kid
know who
is
that
man with the kid from played in the
Is that the kid from Stand By Me?
match play.
I'm kidding.
What'd
I'm
you-
sure he did.
What'd you say? Was that the kid from
That's
what?
it. Is that the kid from Stand By Me? No.
It was. It was the fat little kid that ended up being
No, we're not calling you fat, Justin.
no, not Justin, but the Jerry McConnell.
Yeah, he ended up funny
The
guy.
chubby little dude. Evan
Good-looking
Booth,
dude.
-7.
And his partner in life, or wife, however people want to say
I
it.
think they're married, yeah.
Yeah, they're married. So she shot, or I don't know what she shot, but I know she played, and she played in a male division. She played in a mixed division. It's not a male division. She played MA3 and
Such a
got I think
sexist.
5th place. No, that's why I was saying that because I'm not.
Mount Vernon. This I can't. I'm not. I'm gonna screw this gentleman's name up. Canyon. Is that Canyon Martin? I guess that's a way to spell Canyon.
Kanyon,
Canyon.
maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Kanyin.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's out. He's from Mount. He's from Mount Vernon. I didn't know there was a Mount Vernon in Arkansas. I know where Mount Vernon, Texas is, but
I knew there. Yeah, I'm sure I've been through there.
there's Michael May at -5. Oh,
Yeah, not such a good one.
Aw.
Our buddy J-Mo DNF'd.
did he?
Y'all, he actually had a little injury going in.
He was saving it for the two clubs on cut because he beat Randall.
Fuck. I mean, yes, he did. He did.
You got that quarter drink? We've been doing good. That was close.
I've got him. I'm setting him aside. I didn't bring the
All
jar
right.
in, but
All right. So I made 2.
add
Who
like
we got?
$5 worth every damn thing.
Gregory Cochran. Do I know Gregory? Not sure I do. Oh yeah, that's that young kid that had that really good round at the tournament we played in at PR. I had a green band, and then he comes over to PR and shoots like +13.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had.
Man, he's
Yeah.
got like size 18-foot shoe, but the kid's a really good thrower, man. I watched him throw, and it's like some people just can't get out of our head, can't get out of our own way, and it seems to pile up for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I consider myself a good thrower, but PR is not my course. It just does not suit my distance and my game.
I think his dad's Alex. That's why. I think that's him. Let me take a look. Yeah, that's him. So, but let's see. JMO DNF. There he is, way down there with his injury. Congrats. Spencer Mayhem, Lucas Murray, Seth Strickling, good for you, Seth, coming back
Yeah,
after
Seth got
having
5th place.
after having to bail on your very good round at that NADGT tourney. Happy there, Kyle Ebert. Kyle took a loss in the AM match play.
Hello, Ebert. Ebert.
Yeah, that's pretty
Ebert.
good.
How you
Yeah.
doing?
So he beat Jared Shelby and CJ Richards. But yeah, and it's just going down through here looking at names. So good for y'all, all playing, all 114 of you, whatever won. And so that's really, I don't remember triple digit.
I've never
Flex
seen a
start.
triple-digit flex start.
It's rare to get triple digit any tournament these days. You know, I see people putting up the 140 number or whatever they want to try to draw, and that's just tough. But I think you do 72, and then you make it to where somebody making an event somebody wants to sign up for quickly, and then once you get all those filled, you open up another tier of it, right? So
Yeah.
another 18, really. That's all you can do it by 18s.
Hey, interesting fact. In a flex start, you're not actually the cards are supposed to be randomized. You're not really
Yeah,
you're not
I'm gonna
really
look that
allowed to
up.
build your own card.
Now you're gonna make me look that up, dude, because
But who told me that today? Stefan and I were talking about it while we were playing our match.
what does
And-
Stefan know?
Maybe that. I don't know. Find out. So
Next starts events explained. Here we go. Superior North Disc Golf. I remember reading this one time when we were running our tournament.
yeah, so Wolford and I used to. Damn it, I got the echo again on this damn thing. Wolford and I used to run some flex starts, but we've not been doing it lately, and we've not had to because there's been plenty of people that are jumping in and running tournaments as well. So we have focused our efforts elsewhere. But that won't, of course, we'll definitely have a cool flex sometime soon.
Well, how this is worded is kind of interesting. It doesn't
Okay. Leaves it open to interpretation then.
single round. Okay, quick facts of this is from Superior. Yeah, go ahead.
Before
Finish
you
up.
go, can we stop this and start again so I can kill this echo? Because I can't turn it off while we're going.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Let's go into that podcast. Yeah.
All right,
All right. We're back.
Yep.
Thanks for joining that commercial on how you can become a Spotify podcaster as well and express your voice. I doubt it played right there, I'm going to be honest with you. And it is funny, our commercial.
Did you take that off? Did you remove that? Because I tried to play it on the ride up to Fayetteville because I thought it was hilarious, and so I was like, check this out, Hancock. Like we did a commercial. The commercial sounded great, but we kept it rolling, and we're chit chatting for another 30 seconds.
And I thought I got like two versions where I cut all that out, and I guess I keep up. I don't know, man. I thought I did. Anyways, we're gonna this is brought to you by the Superior Disc Golf people who are there at Flex Started Explained to Tyler Timothy. Blah 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 blah. Single round, hot round wins. Cash payouts are common, but generous merch are as well. That's for MPO and FPO. Gift cards and discard merchandise prizes for all other divisions. Round can be thrown anytime inside a flexible time window, which we know. Cards must be at least 3 players, but not exceed 4. Doesn't say where to get your card. It just says that.
Okay, well, maybe that's
PDJ rated when sanctioned. Standard PDJ rules, whatever standard versus above standard or below standard. I don't know.
no below standards.
Course is not closed. The process: show up to the course at the same time as your card mates. Throw your round. Report your score, or at least close out your. This was 2 years ago, but and then you're done. It doesn't say
Okay.
you can't have on this little thing. Now that's not to say because if that's what's going on, and everyone does it like that. Then Stefan just like pulled back this big, huge Wizard of Oz kind of thing on people.
Yeah, I would see how, thinking about it now, yeah, it'd be difficult. I mean, then you have to have a tiered time list about when folks are showing up so that you can randomize those groups.
And those are going to be these They're going to be D starts coming up right next year, or D tiers.
the flex starts will be in the D tier category, and those are 1 round shotgun starts or 1 round flex starts. Just a 1 round event, and it'll be a 1 round C tier. Tea time.
Man, I
If you
want to do
wanted to
tea
be.
times. I think tea times are where it's at. I think that's
That,
fun.
yeah, that would. Or you mean like giving people the option, or would you do it where
I would do it
the
every round. Just go, man. Just do a tea time. Do a couple round tournament with just tea times and send them off. Right? You're just
well, I
really
mean,
relying on that MA3 MP70 card or whoever you put as the lead card to get out there and get their pace going.
yeah, I was actually asking, would you do it like they do on the Pro Tour, where, well, no, I mean, like most TDs do, where your MA3 players, your MA2, the lower tiers are going off first, and you'd
Yeah.
stagger it up to
Yeah.
the higher tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you just got to put enough time in between cards. Um, I think 10 minutes is great. I've never done the numbers on how many cards you can get off between, in an 8 or a 6 hour period or whatever.
yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. I think 15 minutes is kind of standard.
I
Um,
know, I know players don't like sitting around and waiting until, noon to tee off or whatever, but I think it's fun like that. Shotgun starts, it just depends. It's luck of the draw where you start. If you may start like who was telling me? Oh, John Sanders was telling me. Don't ever want to start at hole 5 at tees in the trees because then
Right.
you got to go up 18, then play 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are the toughest climbing holes. Kind of deal.
I really prefer to play the course the way it was designed to be played. So
1
if I
through
can,
18.
yeah, 1 through 18. Of course, when I play in tournaments, I'm definitely playing shotgun starts. That's just how they are around here. Now, I do love the opportunity to get in on tee times, and just have that 1 round that day. I can show up when I want to before my tee time. I'm not. My whole day is not dedicated to a 2 round tournament.
No, I think it's something we can look at. Yeah, like you were saying, we used to run a lot, and that was because we just filled a gap. And now there's other people plenty of people want to fill that gap. So you
Yeah.
go right ahead. I'm all about it. Everybody's doing a good job. Eli's doing a good job. Charles
he is.
and Baker, Lisi filled his tournament. Get on that wait list because it seems to be,
now we've
something.
Oh, no, finish that.
Therefore, we got what?
Well, what you were saying is, yeah, that Arkansas Open, the wait list is going, and I'm going to look that up real quick to see how many are on the wait
Yeah,
list
there was
right
a
now.
couple of good names on there already to get on it.
Well, that might decide whether or not I drop so that one of these names can get on. There's 4 on the wait list right now. Jason Newman, Cole Neal, Reno Kinsey. I don't know Cortland Cherry, but
I've never heard of Cortland. Reno's out of Wafta.
Cortland Cherry. What a name.
a great name.
Cortland
I'll be right back.
Cherry. Yeah. All right. But what we're getting into with these flex starts and what Eli is doing, he's actually in Disc Golf Dojo, Kevin Burdick with the Disc Golf Dojo. He's up in the more northwest Arkansas area. These guys are doing flex starts. Kevin's is called Flexing Down 49, which I love that name. If I was living up in that area, which if I were to move out of Little Rock and stay in Arkansas, that's where I would go. Fayetteville would be where I would go. But he's doing Flexing Down 49 tours, which is the main highway up there, and I love the idea. So he's playing several courses up there on his whole flexing tour. And Eli is now doing the same thing more here in the central disc golf area of
Yeah,
Central
Kevin.
Arkansas.
I'm assuming you're talking about Kevin Burdick.
Yeah, I brought up just with our weather this year, with our summers in Arkansas,
So hot.
brutally hot. So there's not a whole lot of 2 round tournaments happening, and if you have one, then the chances of you filling it are very slim. So
We're gonna call it we're gonna call it cock of the walk. It's gonna be started like 6 o'clock in the morning. As soon as,
that'd be
as, soon as the
dope,
day
dude. I'd be
breaks,
down for
just
that.
2 rounds, 2 days, and just boom.
yeah, super wet grass. Bring your shoes. You don't care getting wet because it's gonna be dewy out there.
Do it, boy. All right, so
These flex starts are the way to go right now. This time of year, flex starts are the way to go. There's one coming up this Saturday. I'm sure you'll be there at Cedar Glades. I'm unfortunately not able to play that unless we went and played super early first first cart off in the morning, and Eli let us cart at like 8 o'clock.
What do you got to do Saturday?
I've got a celebration of life to go to. It's on Saturday evening.
Celebration of life. Come on. Man, I don't really think that's episode.
That song will probably not get played. Oh
Oh,
no,
it will, because I'm gonna make it after this.
we're gonna celebrate.
Yeah, the good thing with Eli, I knew he was flexible with the Beaver Fork folk. So if I think we can make that happen. Maybe I can talk Ava into playing with us.
You know what's also happening on that Saturday is Empire Disc is having their thing at Heinemann Teas in the Trees. Of course, I'm going to be, if I do play, it will be at the Flex Start. So, and plus, I love that course in Hot Springs.
If it's 2 rounds at Teas in the Trees, after playing one today, there's a good chance I was not going to be able to play. I mean, I probably could have played, but it just would have been trash. Absolute trash.
We're supposed to get a cool down, which means like literally we'll be in the mid 90s, not the hundreds. But on a
Welcome
Friday,
to Texas weather, baby. Man, when you drop down to like 93 and you're like, oh my God, this feels so
yeah,
good.
man, screw Texas. We've had that kind of weather too.
Dude, you guys are not. Your grass is still green here, bro.
Yeah, we've had plenty of rain. Yeah, that's why Texas sucks so much. It's like it's like a desert down there. Nobody wants to live there.
So next week I'll have a new co-host on this. We'll be Wolf and somebody else.
That's fine. It can be. You can get somebody from Austin, some bougie ass hipster.
I'll get some hipster. Yeah, God, man, the town became such a everything it didn't need to be. Anyways,
Yeah,
speaking
it seems
of
like a
towns,
whole lot of.
let's talk our town.
The ones that actually like were in Austin during its really up and coming hipster days are now moving to up in
Towns like
Northwest
Little Rock.
Arkansas. Yeah, no.
I saw.
Well, yeah.
Well, man,
I've seen a lot of
Forbes
Texas tags.
I saw today where Forbes has put Little Rock as one of the top 10 cities for
To develop business.
I want to say businessmen or young businessmen or something. I have to look it back up, but I was just like, okay, that's pretty impressive. That's good.
So, the old VA hospital on right
Oh.
here by me downtown on Broadway, there is. Oh, it's on Main, excuse me. But man, that place looks haunted as fuck.
Is that
so-
big, huge building up there that looks like some serious debaucheries happened inside of it?
Yeah, from our house, like right next to our house,
Oh my God.
that foundation. So
Yeah.
somebody bought that for like $3 million. He's out of Georgia. He's a contractor. He's a construction
Your
contractor.
memory for that huge building was crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what he's going to do with it. Hopefully, not make a project building out of it. But he bought another one too, another old building. Now there's some serious asbestos in there. I'm sure. He said it's going to cost about $33 million for the renovations.
300 apartments.
That's what they're doing.
That's what I heard Basil talking about on. I was listening to their show the other morning driving to work. That's what I heard them talking about.
Well, they could be great. Hopefully not. He did buy it because of the location to the Soma district. So
That's exactly what they were talking about. That the Soma district and all the stuff going on down there. The Soma is where I used to work down there at the Root, and it's a very eclectic little. That's where Chris lives down there. Paris
is.
Towers. You.
yeah, I mean, I like it down here, but there are areas I prefer. But it is nice down here. I need to get out more in the actual nightlife and maybe walk around, find a milk or two.
I find a homeless dude get stabbed.
That can happen. Yeah,
It
sure.
could happen. And I started, but I never known anybody to ever
That
get
can
stabbed. I used to walk around down there all the time.
I'll tell you where I avoid Chenal Parkway. I mean, I avoid the Chenal neighborhoods. Man, those are dangerous. All those crazy white people.
Dude, the soccer mom on a Xanax and like a little drinky drink because she's been sitting there with her
telling you, man,
friends. They're much more dangerous. Much
They are.
more dangerous.
There's some
They
dangerous
lure
people
you
over
in.
there.
They lure you in with their beauty and stuff too. And by the way, we're at 10th best place to live as a young professional. according
Yeah,
to
I
Forbes.
saw that. I did see that. So, which is, that's great. Little Rock needs some more economic boost. Like,
It says to get their start. I'm like, man, this is a city you come back to. All you 20-somethings, get out of here. Go explore life. Go have a good time in a real city. I'm not saying Dallas. Ugh.
We'll see you later.
But come on back. It'll be here. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
So you know, a good point of that is we have a growing disc golf scene, and yeah, I
We
could
do.
see the PDGA and the Disc Golf Pro Tour eventually utilizing this area because it's the exact size city they're looking for. We have all the amenities that are needed to support such an event.
it's
So
also pretty centrally located in the United States. It's kind of like Dallas,
Yeah,
where you sit up pretty high in the Midwest area. When you go that way, you can see the Midwest. That's what I'm getting at. But
2 or 3 interstates that converge right through the city with I-40.
plenty of drug
I-30.
trafficking. Yeah, on I-40, 30 for
now
sure.
We got all our drugs, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah. So wherever there's good freeways, better believe there's.
you better believe it. So,
So, which it
Plus
is an
there-
evolving disc golf community we have here, right? And so I thought we'd talk about the 2 clubs, 1 cup here.
okay, real quick before we get into that, I just noticed that Kevin Burdick's Flexing Down 49 tour stop number 10 is up at Waxhaws. That would be kind of
that's right.
to go up there on Sunday.
This
I don't
Sunday?
know, yeah.
Up and back, and what is it?
Two
like?
and a half. Well, fuck. I mean, darn.
Ooh, there's another quarter for you.
Yeah, I think the F bomb's probably worth like at least $1. So
I'm not putting denominations on cuss words. Are all the same. How far of a drive is that from here?
to about 2.5 hours from here, and so I don't know. That'd be cool. Like I would want to go up and start. Let's see what time he starts, because I would want to be first start
2.5
off.
hours. You'd have to leave here at 5 to be there at 7:30. Get warmed up by 8. Be hopefully on the course by 9.
Well, I would spend the whole day, and players can tee anytime between 8 and 6. I would want to spend the whole day up in Fayetteville. I love Fayetteville, so just reminded me this past weekend when I was up there how much I love it up there.
A lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff going on in Fayetteville. The Northwest Arkansas, they get a lot of good concerts. If you're getting good concerts, that means the concert promoters believe that there's a good sect of young, especially the people that are playing up there.
Yeah, and the Walmart amp and and even up in Bentonville,
What is that?
the Momentary. Yeah,
Momentary, yeah.
they're getting some good shows. I mean, one weekend is just Wilco, and then the next day is Wu-Tang. Like, okay, that's a hell of a weekend.
Not for me, but that's it.
Well, yeah, I'll go see.
Right.
Probably won't go see Wu-Tang. I love some Wu-Tang, but I will probably, if I had to choose, I'd go see Wilco.
I wonder what the band members are with Wu-Tang are coming. That's another thing, because there's so many of them that 2-3 dudes could come. They're still Wu-Tang, right? So if it's not Method Man and RZA, then to me,
And it may not be, or it may be for like 2 songs.
I saw Wilco in '95 when they first kind of started. They were amazing back then. I'm sure they're still good. They listen as a country act. I kind of heard that.
They did, yeah. Wilco's kind of like Ween, they've got like each album is kind of a different genre, but they definitely have like a country feel to some, but not. I would not call them a country band. So
There's your music section of the.
wrong.
Yeah. Where'd I see that at? But yeah, they're like.
When you have an area where you have good music and good disc golf, you're doing pretty good.
That's Northwest Arkansas. You got breweries, you got disc golf, you got outdoor amphitheater concerts.
Yeah.
You got it's a college town. I mean, let's be honest, it's but
Mountains,
mountains, yeah,
Boston
man,
Mountains.
really nice. Is that what those are?
They call them the Boston Mountains up there.
Okay, I thought I saw that last time I went up there. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're just hills. They're not really mountains, but but they're mountainous enough. So yeah, it's up there on the outskirts of the Ozark. So
Yes,
the end
yeah.
of the Ozarks.
But you're also pretty close to. You can go to. Silver Dollar City, Branson. I mean, come on.
Oh, Branson. Oh, yeah. Actually, Branson's fun, but
You may not be able to get into Branson. You may be too liberal for Branson.
maybe a little bit. I've been to Branson, but
A lot of nice disc golf courses in Missouri.
they do. They have a really cool disc golf trail to go up, through that. So, all right, let's talk about your endeavor with Two clubs, one cup, a Ryder Cup style match play event between two of the larger clubs here in Central Arkansas. One of those is us, the PFAR All Stars. The other, the Dirty Cards. So,
The Dirty Cards. I don't know if a lot of
Take it
people
away.
know. I don't know if a lot of people know who the Dirty Cards are. They are starting to play a lot more. It's funny. Bradshaw told me he didn't know that the Beaver was a flex start. I was like, "What the hell did you think you're playing for?"
Oh, he played?
Yeah, he played in it. A few of those guys did, Joe and Folio, and they got a good set of dudes over there. And we have a couple guys that play with them a lot. And I had been kicking around the idea of I think it's great. It's happened here before, a few years back. That's what I'm told. I don't know if it's the extent we did it, but where clubs battled each other because disc golf used to be about clubs. It's kind of changed, clubs and tags, right? You're not really many clubs and tags anymore. Seeing new ones forming or anything like
Digital
that.
tags were a thing.
Yeah. But so Matt and I, me, Matt, and Jim Honeycutt, me and Jim are captains of the PFARs, and Matt and Joel are captains of the Dirty Cards, which for somebody like me, it's tough to co-captain because I like to do things a certain way, you know that, and I just think, but Jim and I did a good job when it came down to it on, like, it's like, who do you got, who do I got, and then we send it to each other. They were typically right on the money with each other, who's going to match up. So we've been talking about it throughout the other podcast. This was our third installment of the three round tournament. Doubles the first two rounds. You had a best shot, and then you had a alternate shot, which whoa. And the best shot, me and you were the only one that tied. Everybody else won.
Yeah, PFARs kicked ass in that.
We did. And that's very good that we did that because then we go into that alt shot format and the Dirty Cards end up winning out of the 6 matchups. I think they won 3 or 4 of them. They won more than we did.
I think
We
they won
tied one.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, we tied one and won one, which was nice.
Yeah, Dave and I won.
Yeah. So, and then what we did was we played this morning. 12 PFARs showed up. We had 15 that said they could play. That's tough, y'all, to pick between people.
For sure. I mean, I can only imagine how hard that was.
But it's tough to be a captain in life and anything you do because people look to you, but to make the right call. I don't know if we did or didn't on the alternate shot. I just think that format is that format, and they played really well. And I'm not taking anything from them. And they only won because of our picks. No, that's not the case. So what we said was on singles, just kind of like the Ryder Cup, you're going to play we're going to randomly pick your opponent, and we went to Hyman, and you had Baby Hyman, Tees in the Trees, East and West for 4 choices of a course, which are all randomly picked. So you didn't know your opponent, you didn't know your course, and that's tough.
Yeah. Great location, too, to do that. Being at Hyman, since it is basically a disc golf park, it's got 4 courses on site. That's great.
It was nicely mowed. Tees in the Trees was. It looked like the other courses were brush hogs.
I played West. Yeah, West was not great. It was cut, but some areas weren't. And it was knee high. The areas that were cut because they let it get so damn high.
It's tough,
And they
right?
only
When
run
you
over
miss,
it once. It is just like a bush hog. You're just knocking it down. It's not manicured. It's kind of shit.
so we went in to this round up 8 to 5.5 with 24 points, available from both rounds. All you had to do was get to 12.5, and you solidified the win, just like in Ryder Cup. If you don't know Ryder Cup, it's the USA versus Europe in ball golf.
Yeah.
Our President's Cup disc golf kind of does this. I haven't studied their format, but I think it's like that.
It's very similar. The only difference was that ours went on for an extended period of time. But usually they do a doubles. They just do doubles and singles. and it's all based off a point system, and it's all match play style. So
But this was a long period of time, which I don't mind. And we can get into that another day on my thoughts on that because I enjoy it. I think it's something to look forward to as a club. If you have a club, if you're in a club, if you're not, PFARs are taking applications because we're going to play these fools again. And I know Bratcher's out there trying to sign everybody he can. So, but it was tough to pick our 12. We went with some 12 people we thought would definitely could win. And we needed, I said 5 would help us win for sure. And we got 6 wins today. Is that right?
Nice. That is right. We did. Yep.
So congrats to J-Mo beating Randall and Quentin beating the dude he played, whoever that was.
Can't remember.
Because they brought some dudes I've never seen before in my life. I'm still going to protest that. And Sanders beat somebody.
Yep.
No
Sanders
idea who
beat
that.
Eric. Sanders. No, wait, no, he didn't play Eric. I don't know who Sanders played.
No idea who that guy was. Justin Yeats beat.
Whoever. He won his
Right.
match. We'll just say he won his match. So
It was a
J-Mo
good
won his match. Justin won his match. John won his match. Quentin won his match. And Captain Putt, Chris Hancock, won his match.
Yeah, and we had 2 more. Duncan won his match.
Duncan won his match,
beat
yeah.
Phil, and so we won. And I didn't think, and all we played for was a huge amount of alcohol, and that's what it was about. We wanted to build a camaraderie. We wanted to build this as a clubs getting together. It's clear that our club doesn't drink as much as their club. That's for sure. So
Our club actually has people that are in recovery.
right. So
It might just
that's
be
something.
the one, but
That's something we can look at. And however you do it, but man, y'all, on a national level, this was really fun. And we can. My suggestion is on anything, hammer out the rules before you play. There'll come times where you can make some amendments or add a little or take away some of those core rules, but for sure, do that. We had a good time. All of the courses got represented. We had, I think, 4 sets at Tees in the Tree. So me and Bradshaw went, and I got to play Matt. I drew him on probably my least favorite course out there. West probably would have been the other one that would have been like, ugh, but Tees in the Trees is tough. Man, that is a tough walk on that front 9. Super tough.
yeah, especially in that heat.
Especially in the heat, yep. And he got me on hole 18, which I knew already J-Mo and Duncan won. And I was like, all right, no big loss for me. That's 2 out of the 4 I wanted to get. I thought 4 or 5 would definitely win. So that was 2 of them, and I was sitting there thinking, man, anytime I hate, a lot of pressure on John, but anytime I have John, it's just like there's a win. So now I'm thinking, all right, so there's 3. So all we got really gets like 2 more, right? And with you, Hancock, I knew you were playing Stefan. You drew their tough guy, their best guy, pound for pound, their best player, I would say.
Yeah, but and Stefan and we both MA1 players for the longest time and always battling each other. I would definitely consider him my disc golf nemesis, but also my friend.
Right. It's that kind of thing, man. And we're all friends to a point. And it was,
He outplayed me today. He beat me, outplayed me. I could have played better. I did not play as well as I should have. So
West is a one of those courses you better have a good drive and then a really good upshot, or you better be making long putts.
yeah, things felt off for me, and I wasn't making putts like I usually do. So luckily our club won it out. We had a lot of good players that
We
played.
did, and we
really
had to
well.
wait. We had to wait, y'all, till like we were all done except for the Baby Hyman card, which was like 3 people. That was kind of like, it's kind of like when it comes down to voting and stuff, right? You kind of you think the polls are in, but man, you just got to wait till that last vote's counted, and that's what it was. And it really came down to the last 2 guys, Justin and Q.
Yep.
Justin being the newest of the PFARs that played, and Q's a silent old school member of the PFARs. He's just been around forever. With them, I think inception maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know, close to it.
Definitely much longer than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can only imagine how difficult that was to pick 12 players because we've got a big club. The Dirty Cards have a bigger club, so
Like I said today, I mean, we go 20 strong, 20. I would say 2,900 rated players. I'm not 900 rated, but I can shoot a 900 rated round. I think we have that kind of
Yeah.
those guys, and that's
Yeah.
just 900 plus. So it makes it difficult to pick people.
Mhm.
So other than that, I was very happy we won. I didn't realize I would have been so happy about it.
You were pumped. You
Yeah,
put,
because
you put a lot of work into it, so
we
it
put a lot
made
of
for a lot of
work,
work.
but we also lost to them. Playing doubles, me and Jim did playing doubles and stuff, and so it was fun to beat them. I enjoyed it. We're gonna do it again. If you want to be a part of it, get at least 12 to 15 players that want to play,
Start a
and
club.
start a club. And because it's kind of not go away, it's going to kind of get bigger. I hope that's the plan.
Yeah,
But that
I
was
think
fun.
it.
And that's it. And you can do that anywhere in the country. I don't know if other people do it or not. The match play and this thing have been very fun, non-sanctioned, non-PDGA type events that you can do. Just come up with something like that. Just mimic off of any tournament that you've ever played in somewhere else.
Yeah, I thought it was a really fun thing. Appreciate you guys doing all the work. Thanks to the Dirty Cards too for they cooked today.
Yeah, thanks
They,
Ty and
they
Robert.
brought all the booze. Yeah, Ty and Robert Moore. That was Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb, y'all.
Back from the dead, y'all.
Dude, he will cleat you if you don't eat his
Yeah.
burgers.
He'd hand you a burger, then he'd kick you in the knee with his cleat. It was crazy.
But it was a good time. It was good camaraderie. That's what discussed about. I think we lose some of that.
That was the important part of it, yeah, for sure.
It was. We did it with Club Wars. This could be a Club War. President's Cup could be a Club War. You play the doubles and then the singles, and but
The Club War was much more like President's Cup, with
Right.
more than two teams. It was pretty cool. The layout of it was not quite the same, but the idea was well, the layout was the same. Not the layout, damn it, the format was
Right.
the same. Yeah,
you could do anywhere, like you said. Hyman's great. Anywhere there's multiple courses, like
Yeah.
PR, Hyman, Stone Links. And I wouldn't say tracks.
I mean, the bigger it gets, that's where Heineman really
Hyman,
shines. It
Hyman,
is
though,
that course, yeah.
Hyman, though, PR can. I'm trying to think of the courses I can just
Yeah, but
do
we're saying
something.
like PR can, but I'm thinking like multiple courses, not a track that has multiple layouts.
You got Greenbrier down the road. Yeah, because if it's trying multiple layouts, and then now you're talking Stone Links, you're talking tracks.
Yeah,
You're talking.
I think it needs to be multiple courses in at the same area at least. If not at Heineman, then it needs to be like you were just talking about. There's Greenbrier and Persimmon.
Right, and there's Stone Links and Sherwood Forest. They're in blue. Eventually, will come back up.
They're kind of close together, I guess.
Kind of.
Not really.
You know who else? Speaking of local, I know we're about to be done here. We're probably way past. No idea, but I saw where Kevin's coming down to run an event at Cougar Lake on a new set of pads.
Yeah, Cougar is there's
Probably a new
actually
set of short tees in there.
yep on October 1st, Cougar Lake Birdie Bash, the short tee fundraiser. So it'll be playing from their new short tees, and he has changed the layout. So where hole one is actually, you don't have to hike up the road to get to hole one. He's changed old hole 6 to hole one that plays back towards the old hole one. So you'll play up and down.
I'm happy they listened. Yeah, I'm happy they listened.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the bigger knocks, was having to hole one was really far away from where Tournament Central was, around the house, around that hole 9 that comes downhill, or whatever that, or 10 or whatever that one is.
Yeah, I agree. That was that was definitely the only issues that I really had with the course. Was
Yeah.
like, man, I hated hole 1 where it started, and I hated where hole 18 ended.
Right, the flow should be start there and end kind of there. But yeah, I think once it gets cooler and stuff, and he's also doing one out there. Did y'all know there's a new course in Hot Springs as well?
Which one? I
What,
heard there was.
what's he doing that other event at? There's who?
Oh, Kevin?
He's doing like there's another course in Hot Springs, son of a biscuit eater.
Let's see.
Because somebody asked me if I played it, and it was like, no, but I heard about it. I haven't been down there yet.
Crossgate Church.
That's it, Crossgate Church.
Yeah, Crossgate Church grand opening doubles. That's the Saturday before. That's on September 30th. So that's
I've heard Crossgate, of course, it's only got a 3.7 rating.
It just opened. So
People.
maybe it might just sometimes courses need that traffic to really get it, get stuff knocked down if it's like a wooded course.
Some pin placements are a bit unrealistic, and some of the distances are off.
Oh, did somebody say that on the?
That's a rating.
comment?
Yeah.
Ah. Is it somebody
But-
we know that gave it their rating, or is that
Right.
anonymous?
I don't know. No, I can see who it is. But yeah, that's it. Crossgate. I heard it's a really nice course. Abe likes it, I believe. He told me.
If Abe likes it, then I believe it's probably a pretty decent course because
kinda the
Abe
way I look at it.
he's played a lot of courses. He's a professional player, so
Dude knows disc golf. And
Yeah.
congrats on your win, Abe. And thank y'all for listening. You're amazing. I don't really have anything else to you, Wyman.
no, we were going to get into rules, but we don't
We're
have
gonna
to
get the
do that
rules
now.
again. We keep pushing that. No, we're good. We'll keep pushing that, y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, look at the rule changes. Make sure you understand the rules that are going on now, because that placement of the foot thing, man, that's the one I'm gonna get into. I'm sorry, we could, because I had it actually pulled up.
Yeah, and these are all rule proposals, but these more than likely the one that we're about to talk about will definitely one that is probably going to be implemented in for next year. You'll find out in January when you get your new rules.
Major changes: 803.01 moving obstacles.
Yeah, this is a big one.
This greatly broadens the area in which players may move casual objects.
Behind your line.
This change responds to the request from players that the rule grant the ability to clear casual obstacles from larger area to accommodate a run-up. Because not everybody, out in the fairway, and I get that. Let's see, a player. Let's see. This is the original rule, and then I'll read what. So what's on right now? A player may move an obstacle that are on the playing surface where a supporting point may be placed when taking a stance. A supporting point. So when you put your foot behind that lie, you can move that stuff around so you can get a supporting point.
Mm-hmm.
Now what they're going to change it to is further from the target than the front edge of the lie.
Yeah, so you can move stuff that's well behind your line, not just in where your stance would be located. So it helps the players, and that used to be the rule a couple of years ago. Last year was the time they changed it to just doing only in your stance, so you couldn't clear out the run up. Now you can go back to clearing out the run up, which is much safer for players too, because now you're not having to dodge crap as you're running up to the disc.
Okay, I'm
Kind of torn.
What I hate about disc golf is we really create this great area for you to get a shot off. We can call it player safety, we can call it whatever. If you can get your foot behind that disc and you can get, and it may not be a comfortable stance, it may not be this preferred stance, then that's what you should have to take or should have to do. If you've got some sticks in behind you, but you can throw up on you don't get that run up. Because there are people who like to run up, and I get it in fairways. I'm thinking about what's this going to cause out in a wooded section that you kind of get off fairway? I mean, you can only clear what's dead, not attached, blah blah blah. So it's just you could really clear out some areas that probably don't need to be cleared out. I think if you're in the middle of the fairway and there's some debris, sure, you shouldn't have to step over debris to putt or to do. What are we running for? Drives here, right? This is a pro level kind of rule,
Right.
so James Conrad can clear out 15 feet behind his disc and get that run up.
Yeah, and you know that people in amateur divisions were already moving crap anyways. This is definitely more for the pro side.
These are pro rules. This is not going to be enforced probably in the D tier. But you're right. And I saw it. Remind me, we got to talk about the match play and seeing a rule being broke and what you can do about it, what you can't do about it. So during the Phil McKelvey, Kyle Ebert, whatever it was, but they weren't happy with me. But that's the way life is. But I'm happy with them, and I appreciate them, and I appreciate y'all. All however many listen to this, I appreciate you.
Yeah, hopefully ever growing. Like we talked about before, we get enough people listening. We can be doing this on YouTube Live.
I have to get 50 YouTube Live subscribers. Of the A Natural State of Mind. I'm going to post it, but if we get 50 of those, we can do this live, and we can cut out this this kind of stuff. So
yeah, let's get that posted so that we can get that going.
I'll do that.
That incorporates in a live forum, a live chat, so people can actually ask us questions as we're talking. We can answer your questions. It gets more interactive. So
we got a bunch of Ask Clown friends that will just post a bunch of stuff.
Man,
but
yeah, there'll be dick pics on there, and
oh my god, ew. Anyways,
disc pics. I meant disc.
That's what you said, right? Disc.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you said. Anyways, you know what? I love you. I love y'all, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. I like what they say on the Nick and Matt show. Tell someone you love them.
Listen, it goes a long way. We love y'all. Bye.
It really does. Later, dudes.